This video is sponsored by Squarespace. Hey, what's going on everyone? Greg here, and considering this upcoming week is going to be very busy with the new iPad Pro and new iMac shipping, I wanted to take some time this week to catch you all up on what we might see at Apple's WWDC 2021 conference in June, which is now less than a month away. And we have some updated news stories to talk about of what might and what might not be shown off at the Worldwide Developers Conference. First, I want to focus on the software side of things because we are all but guaranteed new versions of iOS 15, iPadOS 15, watchOS 8, tvOS 15, and a new version of macOS. Now, this year does feel a bit different because usually in the ramp up to WWDC, I feel like there was a lot of software leaks. This year, there really isn't, and going into this event, we don't know all that much. However, despite that lack of leaks and rumors, there are still a few I want to go over from a Bloomberg article by Mark Gurman with features that should be making their way into iOS 15. Okay, first of all, Apple is planning on adding different notification preferences where you can set your own custom status. So for example, you could set how notifications appear on your phone, whether or not your phone makes a sound, when it alerts you to something, and so on, depending on what your current status is set to. Gurman says this option will be changeable via a new menu, and he says that users will be able to set status options like driving, working, sleeping, or your own customized ones and set that however you like. I'm guessing each of these statuses will be able to be manually toggled as well as automatically activated depending on time or location data. Users will also be able to apparently set auto replies from iMessage depending on what their current status is set to. So now when I'm on the toilet, I can just set an auto reply to people saying, "Hey, I'm busy watching front page tech." Now this seems to be a growing initiative from Apple's previous iOS updates where they are taking into account your own digital well-being, and I would really love to get a better handle on taking better stock of my own notifications, like when I'm filming this video. Like, I don't want to be notified about anything right now and get distracted, so stop messaging me. You know who you are. Now, according to Gurman, this new notification setting will go hand in hand with an update to the iPhone's lock screen, where the notification menu will be accessible. Gurman doesn't go into detail on what to expect out of this updated lock screen and how it might look, but we have been hearing some rumors that the iPhone 13 may come with an always-on display, and I wonder if the updated lock screen will show some more customizable statuses like the weather, calendar, alerts, reminders, notes, or anything else really that you would want to be shown at all times. I think a lot of these features will probably reveal themselves at a later iPhone 13 event, if Apple is planning on adding the feature of an always-on display to the iPhone. One of the more interesting rumors from this Gurman report is that Apple is also planning on making iMessage into more of a social network over time that can better compete with WhatsApp. So Apple is planning on adding a lot more social features to messages as time goes on. I think this is a good idea, and I do spend a lot of time messaging people in iMessage, so if you can add social layers on top of that, I think it's a good way to keep people using that service, especially if it offers unique features not found on other messaging apps. Who knows, maybe we're one step closer to just completely recircling around until we get online statuses and it just turns into AOL Instant Messenger all over again. Gurman also says more privacy protections are coming too. One new feature in the works is a new menu that will show users which apps are silently collecting data about them. Apple is always looking to increase privacy and security on iOS devices, and they just recently rolled out an update where they would actually let you know which apps are tracking you, and then they would actually give you the option to tell that app, you don't want to be tracked. So Apple is always looking to add even more privacy-centric features, and yeah, if you can give me all the information about what an app collects about me, and especially if they're silently collecting that information, I think that's something users should be more aware of. Now, perhaps the biggest software leak to come out of this article is for the new version of iPadOS, with Gurman saying that this is going to be the most significant update to the home screen since launching the product in 2010. And like last year with iOS 14, Apple is planning on letting users put widgets wherever they want on the iPad's home screen, unlike how it currently is now with widgets where they need to stay on the left-hand side of the home screen. Now, while I think an update like this is very much needed for the iPad Pro, I still hope there's a lot more coming in iPadOS 15. I've made a few videos talking about the new M1 iPad Pro and just how much power that device has, and the expanded memory of both the 8 and 16 gigabyte versions that, in reality, there's really nothing separating the Mac and the iPad now in terms of internal hardware. So while there's really no other rumors going around about changes to the iPad other than a home screen with widgets, I hope that we see more customizability for the home screen, and more importantly, I hope we see some enhanced ways to do multitasking, like maybe the option to even add more windowed apps, and most of all, having Apple bring over some of their Pro Mac apps to the iPad. So a version of Final Cut Pro on the iPad would really go a long way in helping us take advantage of all the power that the M1 offers. And yeah, honestly, that's the software story I'm just most interested in for this year's WWDC. I want to see how Apple plans to make this beautiful hardware that is the M1 iPad Pro and truly give us software that can take advantage of all of that power in a 1-pound tablet. If they can get the software right, we're looking at the ultimate creative device. Now, unfortunately, like I said in the beginning, we are light on software leaks this year, and it looks like there's really no credible reports on what to expect for macOS 12, watchOS 8, and tvOS 15. Gurman even says in his report that Apple is just planning a minor update to macOS this year, so maybe we shouldn't expect too many groundbreaking new features for those products. Of course, at WWDC, Apple will announce betas for all of this software as well, so if you are part of the Apple Developer Program, you will have some new software available to download on day one. Okay, now software might not be the only part of WWDC, but before we talk about that, I want to tell you how you can build an amazing website the easy way by using our sponsor for this video, Squarespace. Listen, if you need to build a website, there's only one service I know of that's going to be able to take you from a website concept in your head to a beautiful website in literally just a few hours. That's Squarespace. Squarespace makes it as easy as possible to get your website, blog, portfolio, restaurant, small business, or really anything you want up and running with literally zero experience or any experience in coding languages, with hundreds of beautiful customizable templates that are as easy to edit as clicking, typing, and dragging. That's all you need to do to start making your personal website built just for you, and it's how I made the website for my podcast, GadgetCast. Squarespace even offers a full-fledged e-commerce platform complete with online payments through Stripe, PayPal, and yes, even Apple Pay. So you can start accepting payments from major credit card companies with just a few clicks and manage store inventory through Squarespace's easy-to-use tools. Best of all, you can try it for yourself absolutely free by going to squarespace.com, and when you decide to launch your website, be sure to go to squarespace.com/GregsGadgets to save 10% off your first purchase, or just click the link in the description to get started on your own website. So listen, if you need to build a website, skip the hassle and check out Squarespace, and thank you so much to Squarespace for sponsoring this video. Now, I don't want to spend too much time on hardware because I've talked about this in a previous video, and I literally just uploaded a video on a bombshell report talking about the next generation of Macs and when we can expect them. But I do believe that we will see hardware at this year's WWDC because Gurman, in his report the other day, said Apple is working on a new 14 and 16-inch MacBook Pro packed with a powerful 10-core M1X chip that could feature 16 and 32 GPU cores. It would also have a new chassis design, MagSafe charging, and the return of the SD card slot and HDMI port. And in this report, Gurman said that Apple was planning to launch these new MacBook Pros as soon as early this summer. So early this summer pretty much lines up with the event dates at WWDC 2021 taking place on June 7th. And even if Apple isn't shipping these MacBooks until late June or July, Apple could still show off the MacBook Pro at the event and give us a shipping date that is farther away. So I do think we will see the MacBook Pro at this event. Now, unfortunately, another product that was rumored for this event is the bigger 27 or 32-inch iMac that is supposed to have a new redesign like the new M1 iMac, but come with a more powerful M1X chip and possibly a mini LED display. I don't think we will see this at WWDC based on Gurman's recent report, where he said that Apple had to actually pause development on the bigger iMac to work on the 24-inch iMac, and Gurman said a summer release for the MacBook Pro. I think if an iMac was coming, he would have also included it in that summer timeframe release, and he would have had a lot more information on it than what he was able to give us. Unless, of course, Apple decides to give us a sneak peek on the next iMac like they did with the iMac Pro and the Mac Pro and then tell us that it will start shipping by the end of the year. I would totally be in favor of that. Like, Apple, if you know what you're going to make and you can let us know how much bigger that next iMac is going to be and the sort of specifications that'll be in it, yes, I will have the sneak peek. Please, give it to us. I mean, if you're planning on shipping this anyway, don't make me beg here. I really want to see what that new, bigger iMac looks like, and I'm sure a lot of you do too. Don't judge me here. This is a no judgment zone. But anyway, so far, that is all I really know and what I expect to see at Apple's Worldwide Developer Conference. But now I want to hear from everyone watching this video, so please let me know, what are you expecting to see at Apple's Worldwide Developer Conference, and what are you most excited for? Also, if you like the video, I mean, come on, give me a like. If you want to see more from the channel, including future coverage of WWDC, make sure you're subscribed. Also, don't forget to check out the sponsor for this video, Squarespace. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Take care, everyone. All right, banter time. Let's see. What can we say? You want a tour of the desk? You want to see? No, not yet. Wait. When the new iMac comes, you get a tour. Not yet. It's too early. It's not finished. There's wires everywhere. I don't want you to see my mess. I mean, you can see my mess, but it's a lot of focus. I don't want you to see the mess in 4K. I don't want to be caught in 4K.